Just excited about the opportunity to be here. Had a overall a really good season. We've played a lot of really good teams throughout the course of the year. Unfortunately, came out on the wrong side of the ledger in several of those, but they were close games. We were competitive, and I think we started peaking towards the end of the year when it mattered the most and got hot in the conference tournament. So here we are.
Thank you, Coach. Go ahead and take questions for either coach or student athletes.
Coach, can you talk about your relationship with Greg Goff?
Yeah, we're dear friends. Greg's a tremendous coach, and we got to be good buddies when he was in town and his stop in Ruston along the way. And what a tremendous coach. He built our program, and they're still thriving and going strong. So he left it in great shape, and I know he'll do a good job here at Alabama. It did. Unfortunately, he's out of town. They are on their way to Vandy, I think. But, we talked before he got out of town, and he told me if I could make it to Sunday, he'd treat me to dinner. So I'm going to hold him to that. But other than that, again, we're just we've stayed in contact throughout the year, and he's just a super guy, really a great mind for the game. Well, I mean, I guess honestly, for a lot of programs, seeing their name on the television and hearing their name mentioned goes a long way. And unfortunately, we were denied a little bit of that because of all the controversy and what went on with the other teams. So it was a little disappointing when you're not even mentioned in the statement. And so when you're there and showing up on the screen and nobody even talks about you as even being in a region, it's a little disheartening. But it is what it is. The NCAA tells us where to go. They tell us who we're going to play, and we're going to go do our best to show that we belong here at a regional. Well, I think the moment is always there's always shocking moments whenever they do any bracket in any sport, but certainly this was a big what the hey, but you got to get past that. Because if you don't, then it'll just dredge you down. So, we know we're talented, and we feel like we're an awfully good team, and we know we belong. And so we just want to go out and have the opportunity to show that on the field. No, it doesn't. And, you're going in as a 3 seed, and we projected ourselves as a 3. That's where we thought we would be. So, typically you think, okay, we'll get a 2 seed. That's probably somebody that we'll be able to match up well with, and maybe with more of a coin flip kind of game, and hopefully get past that and get the shot at the big dog in the tournament. And it didn't quite work out that way. But, again, it is what it is. And we're, I don't want to get wrapped up in a lot of that talk just because it's not about us, and I want to always try to keep it as much about us and our belonging and what we can do here as much as I can. Well, they're tremendous, and it is obviously like playing a number 1 seed, right? So you didn't think you were going to get that as a 3, but they've got great pitching, they've got great hitting, and they're really solid defensively. I mean, anytime a team brings all 3 elements to the field every day with them, they're going to be a tough matchup. So, we'll just simply have to bring all 3 of those elements as well, and I feel like we can. But we're going to have to play mistake-free ball and get after it and leave it all out on the field. I mean, that's your only chance because they're that talented.
I think they'll see resiliency and commitment to this team. I think they will see just playing their hearts out every pitch, every time you step on in between those lines. I'm really excited to play tomorrow, and I think this team has got a good chance.
I think we just go out there and compete every game. And I think no matter who we're playing, we can play with anyone as long as we're competing within ourselves. We can show anyone that we belong.
Your coach just mentioned it. There were games early in the season where you were playing tight, but coming out on the short end of the stick. Was there a game or a moment where it sort of clicked for you guys and everything sort of turned?
I would just say conference tournament in general, going in, having been swept by FIU, and then in the conference tournament, beating them in the championship game. We got hot at the right time. All three aspects of our game came together: the hitting, the pitching, the defense, and there's not a better time to get hot than now. So.
That's what you want to follow up?
Same. We got swept at FIU, but I think you get another chance every time you play in another game. So, playing FIU in the championship game, we knew that we had to do to be able to, bring all of our best at the same time. So.
Mark, how do you go from getting swept at the end of the season to reset before the conference tournament?
First of all, it moved to a neutral site. That mattered. The second thing that happened is it gave us a chance in not having seen them live and not having seen their pitcher before. It wasn't like we had really any footage against us from the previous years. So we were able to know what we needed to concentrate on, what we needed to work on. And even though we lost to them, FIU's who put us in the losers bracket, it allowed us an opportunity to begin to prepare against them and what they did. And so even though it was our worst loss of the 3 games or the 4 games that we had played them in the conference tournament, it really wasn't. I mean, it was to anybody just looking at the box score, but when you knew that, wow, we had 8 line drive outs and we had multiple hard hit balls and we hit into 2 double plays, but one of them was a line drive double play and one of them was a smoked ground ball double play. Well, it's frustrating. You also know as a coach, wow, that we're really close. I mean, that's an inch here, an inch there, and all of a sudden we're talking about scoring some runs of our own. So I felt like we were getting better. And it was just a matter of, maybe those balls finding the holes or carrying that extra couple feet, and that ended up being the difference in the next game. We had one that went our way and went a little further than one of theirs did, and we ended up winning the game. So.
Mark, how much did playing in Louisiana help this team? I mean, you got teams like McNeese, ULL, and LSU are all in one region. I mean, it seems like college softball in Louisiana is really hitting the high point. How much did that help playing those in-state teams a lot, too?
Well, we're in a talent-rich region. I mean, we're surrounded by SEC, Big 12, and even teams like McNeese and ULL who aren't in those conferences, but they bring great elements to the game. So we get to play a lot of really good teams within our region, and I think that constantly helps you. Even playing a Nicholls State down in, they were the runner-up in the Southland. I think any time you're able to play a Nicholls State on a Wednesday night or McNeese on a Sunday afternoon, in addition to playing your Texases and your Oklahomas and your LSUs and those guys, you're going to be better for it at the end of the year. And that's when we want all the pieces to have come together and us to have started figuring it out.
Coach, we talked about not getting the spotlight on you kind of when the announcement happened and kind of getting overlooked. You're going to get the spotlight on you this weekend. I suspect if there's one regional everybody's watching, it's this one. How much can that do for the program just to be in what is probably the most high-profile regional?
Well, certainly we knew a national spotlight audience was going to be here, and I told them what a tremendous opportunity for them to be able to play in that atmosphere, to play in front of a packed house in this stadium where, so many great games have been played before, and it allows them to realize how and to be grateful for all they have in being here and the opportunity that's before them. So I think it really is just one of those to where we're really excited about the opportunity and what's out there for us, and as long as we give our best effort, that's going to be good enough.
2 or 3 more questions.
For the players, I presume you've seen games played here, SEC games and everything. What do you know about this stadium? What are your expectations for playing here? Because I don't think Watex has been here.
We have not under my tenure.
It's an awesome facility. It's an awesome place to play. We're so happy to be here, and we're so proud of the season we had. So we're trying to focus it on us, but the facilities around this place are just tremendous. So it's a great experience.
Yes, it's a great experience. The team's just happy to be here. We're ready to play tomorrow, and just the stadium's just another thing to add to it. So we're ready.